You're watching Sports Overtime with Chase Williams.
Texas Tech administration will announce that Tommy Tuberville will be the next head coach for Texas Tech.
Historical day for Texas Tech and the football program. And like you said, we're with Chris Level. Chris, what was your initial reaction?
A big reason why the Red Raiders are where they are, and it's because of the play of quarterback Taylor Potts.
Well, the Red Raiders have won 3 straight homecoming games, including last year's 66-14 blowout of Kansas State.
Getting a bowl bid was the last thing on the Red Raiders' minds. Finding a way to simply get through the remaining games was.
Right now, it's almost like the quiet before the storm, and as we all know, it's been an off-season full of change, starting at the top with Tommy Tuberville. He's coming off the bench, played extremely well, led the team back for the win.
Well, he did. And
they've won 10 straight. They started off the season 1-3. 2 of their losses were in overtime, but they've been on a roll.
And Red Raider Nation stunned at the start for Coach Tuberville and the Texas Tech football team.
In college football history, and it happened right here at Jones Stadium, one of those days where you remember exactly where you were. Mike Leach remains in San Antonio, hoping his lawyer, Ted Liggett, can work the court system, have his suspension lifted, and get him back on the sidelines.
The spotlight is on interim head coach Ruffin McNeil, and that was echoed today at his press conference.
You prepare for it, but when it happens, you have to
continue to stress that the focus and the team should be on the game on Saturday night against Michigan State.
All right, we're running. They're not your ordinary couple. She's an All-American on the soccer team, while he pulls in touchdown catches for the football team. They're hands down the most athletic couple at Texas Tech. Taylor Lytle and Lyle Leong Jr. are not only succeeding in their relationship, but also on the field.
We're both excited for each other. I mean, I know I'm excited for him, especially because it's his senior year, so I want him to go out and, play as good as he can.
I hope she does good. She hopes I do good.
Whether Taylor is here at the John Walker Soccer Complex dominating opposing teams with her sensational assists or scoring goals, or if Lyle is here catching the winning touchdown at Jones Stadium for the Red Raider football team, this power couple is dominating Tech sports.
Definitely one of the hottest couples.
I mean, it's nice if people are saying that, but we don't really call each other that.
But it's not all sports when it comes to these two.
We actually don't talk that much about our sports. I think it's kind of like an escape.
Both Taylor and Lyle lead their team in scoring, but don't think there isn't a little competition between these two.
Touchdown number 2 for Lyle Leong.
When he scored the 3 touchdowns, we were on the bus. I said, Taylor, that's his 3rd touchdown. She goes, well, I'm happy for him, but is this going to make you more famous than me?
Every now and again I'll talk trash, and because I'm the better soccer player. No one knows.
Lyle has the toughest job in the relationship, trying to keep from confusing his feelings for his quarterback and friend, Taylor Potts, from his girlfriend, Taylor Lytle.
I don't think she's jealous, but she knows I got a soft place in my heart for my man.
Who do you think he's into more, you or Taylor?
I like to think me, but I don't know. He's known Taylor longer.
All kidding aside, the couple are both racking up the stats and both have a legitimate shot at going professional after their time in Lubbock.
Hopefully we just get drafted by the team in the same vicinity.
We both want to go and play professionally, and I mean, hopefully we both will. That's what, we've been working our entire lives for.
So catch them while you can. Number 12 and number 19 are the perfect match. With the Red Raiders, Chase Williams, Fox 34 Sports.
2nd down now. Deep strike. Got the big man. Pulls free. And touchdown. Red Raiders with a 2nd to go.
It was the catch heard round the world.
The stars aligned that night. The set of circumstances that were in place, and then the finish. Simply will not be another night like that in Lubbock, Texas.
One of the greatest plays ever in college football.
Nothing will replicate what 2008 was.
But much has changed since then. Big names like Crabtree, Harrell, McCoy, Shipley, and even Mike Leach are all gone.
And it's hard to recreate what the 2008 game was because so much had already played out.
The Red Raiders are fine-tuning their new-look team under Tommy Tuberville, while Texas is looking to rebuild another championship squad with new quarterback Garrett Gilbert.
Obviously their identity will be with Garrett Gilbert, but going to be under center. They're not going to spread it out as much as they have in the past.
2008 was a special season for the Red Raiders, and it was because of this game against the Longhorns. Yes, the catch was second to none, but the Tech defense held the national power at bay.
Arguably, Colby Whitlock has made a name for himself off of that one play that was on national television, and people think, is this guy ever going to graduate? Well, it's because he was a sophomore at the time.
And look for Tuberville to do more of the same September 18th when Texas rolls into town.
It's not win one game a week anymore. It's let's circle the Texas game because they won the Big 12 last year. We can't get to where we want to go unless we beat them, especially since it's at home.
This is where running the ball will become even more important for the Red Raiders, proving why Tuberville wants to get better in the ground game.
Who knows, if they start having some success running the football, maybe it is closer to 50-50 just in this game. It's all dictated and predicated on matchups.
This marquee matchup will have a tough time living up to the 2008 billing, but when it comes to Texas Tech versus Texas, fireworks are sure to be present.
You know, we had too many negative plays. No consistency. We gave them 7 points to start the game.
It's just undisciplined. I take total blame for it.
I'll take blame for it.
Throws it intercepted right over the middle.
We just killed ourselves.
And welcome into a somber Sunday sports overtime. Tough loss for Texas Tech last night at the hands of the fourth-ranked team in the country. A big show tonight with lots of Red Raider football to discuss, and let's get right to it and see just how this thing shook out. Raider Walk quickly becoming a fan favorite of Texas Tech, and everyone enjoying this new tradition. Texas returning to the Jones for the first time since '08, and it was a bad start for Tech. First offensive play, the snap goes over Taylor Potts' head. The Longhorns recover in great position for Garrett Gilbert, who would hand off to Fozzie Whitaker for the easy 7-yard touchdown run, and Texas goes up by 7. Texas would then strike just 4 minutes later. Gilbert fires one to Mike Davis in the corner of the end zone to double their lead over Tech. Things would get worse for the Tech offense. Potts throws his first interception of the year. Blake Gideon would come down with it. No positive yardage for the Red Raiders in the first quarter. So it was up to the defense now to pick up the team, and that's exactly what happened. Freshman cornerback Jarvis Phillips picking up his team leading 4th interception and returns it 87 yards to the house for the touchdown. That cut the lead to 14-7. Momentum started to swing the Red Raiders' way, and finally some offense. Haven't we seen this one before? Potts to Leong in the corner of the end zone, unstoppable. The 6th time these two have hooked up, and we go into halftime tied at 14. Not a good start though in the third quarter. Potts picked off once again. Curtis Brown, this is the guy that had the Crabtree touchdown thrown on him. He returns this one deep in Tech territory, but the defense would only allow a field goal. Potts would get hurt on the play, giving way to Steven Sheffield to make his home debut, and it definitely wasn't productive. One series, no completions, and a sack, but Tech still with the chance in the game, only down by 3. Texas was on the move, 3rd down. Gilbert can't quite make it. Great stop right here by Will Ford, but a taunting penalty was called, keeping the drive alive for the Longhorns, who of course would capitalize on the play action pass to tight end Barrett Matthews, and that would seal the game. The first loss in the Tommy Tuberville era. It wasn't pretty. Matt Brown and the Longhorns come into the Jones and get the 24-14 lead. So the Red Raiders fall to 2-1 on the year, while Texas remains undefeated at 3-0. This one will stick around with Tech a little longer. They have an off week, then head to Iowa State on October 2nd. Just a tough loss for the Scarlet and Black.
It wasn't a very good football game on our side.
Now, Texas defensive coordinator Will Muschamp and the Longhorn defense, a big reason why the Red Raiders suffered their first loss of the season. The Tech offense mustered just 144 total yards, a far cry from the air raid attack the school is known for. You could point to almost every aspect of the offense as to why things didn't go as planned for the Red Raiders.
That was Poor performance all the way around.
Now, while the offense was sputtering, it was the defense that kept the Red Raiders in the ballgame. Junior college transfer Scott Smith, all the way from Hawaii, is making himself a household name at defensive end. He's tonight's Tech best. His name is as generic as they come, but his play is outstanding. Smith put pressure on Garrett Gilbert all night long. The player of the game, in my opinion: 6 tackles, 3 for a loss, 2 sacks, a forced fumble, an interception. The kid was everywhere. A great find for James Willis and his staff.
He's a guy that we knew.
Well, we're only just beginning to discuss this Red Raider loss. On the other side, we get another perspective. Be sure and come on back. It was a new tradition unveiled by Coach Tuberville and the Red Raiders this afternoon. All the seniors were not allowed to walk off the field, but instead they were carried off Jones Stadium for the final time in their careers. Texas Tech officially off for Christmas break. Hey there, welcome in. The Red Raiders will get a week to spend with family and then meet up in Dallas next Sunday to begin preparation for the Ticket City Bowl. It was the final practice at home for the seniors, and Coach Tuberville was very appreciative of what that class has done for he and his staff during this year of transition.
It's really a sad day, these guys.
Meanwhile, Coach Knight and the Red Raider basketball team have struggled mightily to a 5-5 record. Tech gets back on the floor tomorrow in El Paso against UTEP, but the Red Raiders' fearless leader not giving up just yet.
That's what we get paid for. The
Lady Raiders also on the road this weekend as they'll take part in the Holiday Hoops Classic in Las Vegas. Coach Curry has Tech sitting pretty at 9-1 on the year, but is it possible to improve her young team on and off the court in Sin City?
The room for improvement every year.
Johnny Taylor has spent 22 years roaming the sidelines as the head coach of the Idalou football team, and finally Coach Taylor has a shot at a state championship. The Wildcats were given a huge send-off this morning where literally the entire town showed up to show their support of the team. Idalou started off the year with a 1-3 record, but have since clamped down on the defense, paving their way to the state championship.
I think the biggest thing around.
And speaking of defenses, the Cowboys defense got an early Christmas present today as Redskins head coach Mike Shanahan announced that he has benched Donovan McNabb for Sunday's game in Arlington and the rest of the season. In his place will be the greatness of Rex Grossman.
I told Donovan
and
that.
2 quick notes. Tony Romo popped the question to his girlfriend, Candace Crawford.
She's a TV anchor.
Yeah, the CW.
What's wrong with him?
Hey, she's good looking. And good news by the Board of Regents at Texas Tech, outgoing athletic director Gerald Myers granted emeritus status today at their board meeting. So that's
well deserved.
Absolutely.
Okay, thanks, Chase. When we come back, we'll fastcast.